Hey investors, welcome back to another episode of Vishal Vealth View. First of all, happy Holi to all of my viewers. I hope you had a fun Holi with your friends and family. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can book some losses on your short-term investment and save up on taxes in your long-term gains and short-term gains. I've been using this technique for past 2 and 3 years, and this is something that might be helpful for you if you are investing in equity markets and plan to keep invested in equity markets for a long amount of time. So, without wasting much time, let's start this video. So first, let's try to understand the tax law. What does it state? So the tax law says that the short-term capital losses can be set off against long-term and short-term capital gains. Please note the wording here. Only short-term capital losses can be set off against long-term and short-term gains. Long-term losses cannot be set off against your any kind of losses. So what does that mean? Imagine कि आपने इस साल long-term capital gain किया है 11 लाख for example. एंड अगर आप उस 11 lakhs के ऊपर टैक्स भरने जाएंगे देन एज पर इंडियन टैक्स लॉ after exempting 1 lakh rupees your entire LTCG will be around 10 lakhs and you have to pay around 12.5% on that amount which is going to be 1 lakh 25,000. So now imagine last 1 year you have invested in some equities or mutual funds जहाँ पे आप around 5 लाख के लॉस के ऊपर बैठे हुए हैं. And if you want to take benefit of this particular rule, then what you'll do is you'll realize that loss of 5 lakh rupees and your total taxable gains will be 11 lakhs minus 5 lakh. Now, which is going to be 6 lakh. Now, if you have to pay tax on that 6 lakh, then it's going to be 6 lakhs minus 1 lakh, which is going to be the exempted amount for every gains. And you have to pay 12.5% on the 5 lakh rupees, which is going to be around 60,000. Now, your entire capital gain tax has been reduced to half by doing this. बट अभी आप ये पूछेंगे नहीं भाई बट यहाँ पे मेरा लॉस भी तो हुआ है कि मैंने जो इक्विटीज बेच दी 5 लाख लॉस बुक करके राइट नाउ like that's not right. Like I want to sit on those equities for a longer period of time. तो here's the catch. जब आपने वो equities बेची हैं like जैसे आपने आज वो equities बेच दी to realize a short term loss, what you can do is you can go into the market 2 days later and you can buy those equities. It's a possibility कि उन equities का price थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे मूव हो सकता है like 1% 2% या even 4 या 5%. And this is the trick that you have to decide how you want to play it. Because if you're like making this entire transaction at the right time, then you'll be saving up on almost 50% of your taxes and you'll be holding almost the same amount of equities. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you how to do this and what's the procedure that I follow to basically realize how much loss do I have to book. So first, let's take a look at all my gains for this particular financial year. So starting with the reports, I'll first take a look at mutual fund capital gain tax report. Let me just download it. Now, if we take a look at this particular statement, then it says that I'm sitting on a long-term capital gain of almost 11 lakh in equity and a short-term capital gain of almost 80,000 in debt. Now, this entire transaction or this entire line item is going to be only for equities. तो यहाँ पे मेरा 11 लाख के आसपास equity में long term capital gains आ रहे हैं. Now let's take a look at my stock long term capital gain or short term capital gain. So if we go here, check the reports, click on stock PLN and check for current financial year. Then it's saying that I have realized profit and loss of almost 6 lakh in this financial year. And I think the entire loss that I have booked is only from one company, which was my overconfidence, my bias, and one of my shittiest investment I've ever made, which is in Verenium Cloud. And I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to invest in SME companies moving forward. So if you do like if we co-locate both of these transactions, or if we like aggregate both of these transactions, then 11 minus 6 that's equivalent to 5. My taxable income is still 5 lakhs in long term. So how can I reduce this taxable income? So if you guys have been following my channel and my videos, you guys must be aware that I'm building position in ICICI Prudential Nifty 200 Momentum 30 ETF. Now I'm planning to sell some of these equities in loss. Have done some transactions today. I'm planning to do more transactions in the coming days, probably tomorrow. And starting April 1st, I'll buy all of these investments and all of these equities once again. तो अगर आप देखेंगे आज मैंने जो ऑर्डर्स प्लेस किए हैं आई हैव सोल्ड अराउंड 7,000 यूनिट ऑफ कोटक निफ्टी अल्फा 50 and I've sold almost 25,000 unit of ICICI Prudential Nifty 200 Momentum 30 ETF. Now, I have been booking, like, this is a loss booking for me, and I'm booking a loss of almost 2.5 to 3 lakh in this investment by selling them today. And my total taxable income then will reduce from 5 lakh to only 2.5 lakh, and then I'll get an exemption of around 1 lakh, so I have to pay tax on only 1.5 lakh of income. Now, some of you might have a question that, hey Vishal, this is a very dumb idea, क्योंकि अपने को नहीं पता कि कल उस equity की price ऊपर जाएगी या नीचे जाएगी, and we also don't know how much loss we will book in this particular transaction, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अपने transaction charges भी involve होंगे, and it's a possibility कि ये equity का 1-2% ऊपर चली जाए, तो you have to buy it even costlier. And I completely agree with all of these opinions. अगर अपन यहाँ पे देखें, just for today's transaction, I have to pay a charges of almost 2,000 rupees just for selling these two investments that I have made. Now, you have to do this calculation कि जो आप tax बचा रहे हैं, which is your long-term capital gain minus the short-term capital gain, uh, is it going to save you more tax than the transaction charges you are paying by movement of this equity 1 or 2% and these transaction charges? अगर आपके दिमाग में वो कैलकुलेशन प्रॉफिटेबल हो रहा है, जैसे अगर आप 2 से 3 लाख की tax भरी हैं, then I really prefer you following this activity. But if you are only having a taxable income of 5,000, 10,000 in long-term capital gain, then I'll completely recommend you not following these steps. Like, अगर आपका long-term capital gain is less than 1 lakh, then there is no need for doing this at all. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you and you are able to save up on some of your taxes because of this new information. If this video was helpful, do leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Bye bye. Happy investing. See you around.